Well, the most folk around here grew tropes. That was the grew grain crop when them pitchers came to town. And when they came, they done took up all our tropes and pitched them for ourselves. And they even stole the genres down from the quarry. And the most notorious pitcher of them all was a lady pitcher called Alex. And a man in a dark beard, a dark hair, and a dark hat, and darker eyes, called Harley.
Sup, I'm Harley.
But then, a sheriff came to town. A man who had stolen pitchers when he was younger, and then turned to fight them nasty pitchers. Sheriff Damien. This is his story.
I think...
Well, Damien, I hear you're the sheriff, but I'm the dark man in town. I'll take a trope and a genre, and I'll beat you around.
Well, I heard you're pretty fast on the draw, but I think I'm faster yet. I'm gonna pull the paper from the hat, and we're gonna see what I get.
So we had a pitch and battle, and Damien killed me quick. When I saw it coming, I was like, shit! Ah!
Alex also had some lines in this scene.
No, that's fine. I was more of an observer.
That's, oh man, we've introed.
And that, dear listeners, is the tale of
Surprise Synopses.
Surprise Synopses.
We have to go back to Surprise Synopses, Marty!
Yeah. Very good.
So, Surprise Synopses is the show where we take a trope and a genre out of each separate hat, combine them in our chambers of mind, and then the cream, rises to the top, girl. And we create a Surprise Synopsis for you, the listener.
That's good.
So we're having one of those episodes where everything's just
They're
fucked
all
and goes for way too long.
No, this is our lightning round episode.
Yeah,
I've decided.
I'm going first, so let's.
Well, we've
let's
worked
get a
well with
trope.
that really quick intro.
That's because
This episode's going to be half intro. It's going to be great.
yeah. This will be so quick.
Pick me a trope, baby.
All right, here it comes. The lightning round trope. It's 3 wishes.
Oh shit!
The trope is 3 wishes.
At least you didn't say monkey paw. Should we discuss the trope first, or
Yeah.
are people familiar enough with the concept of wishing?
I think this is an oldie but a goodie. 3 wishes.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, obviously Aladdin, right? That's like the
Haven't
actual
seen it.
3 wishes. What?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Aladdin.
I beg your pardon.
And after that new trailer that just came out, not going to see
Are
it.
they going to
frankly.
do like a real
They're making a
person one?
remake.
But it's
Yeah.
going to be live.
No, they've
person.
changed it though. It's a whole new world.
I get it. I haven't watched it, but I get it.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the only person you know that would make that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's because you never had a friend like me.
Oh, I walked right into that one.
Yes, you did.
Is that a song from Aladdin?
Yes, dickhead.
Because I didn't get it.
Oh.
Someone's
I'm
getting
just a good
aggressive.
friend, so I wanted to set you up.
Aladdin's my favorite Disney film.
Okay. Of that era, I like Mulan a lot. That's fun.
Yeah.
Can't think of any other.
Milan definitely made a man out of me.
Is
And the
Toy
other
Star
songs?
Disney?
Pixar.
Toy Star.
Toy Story.
I love Toy Star. Or is that Pixie?
Put me to bed.
That's the first of your 3 wishes.
Yeah.
Granted.
Yeah, I'm outie. See you guys later.
Yeah, so any sort of monkey paw, genie.
Yeah,
tricky
like wishes
shit.
that go wrong, like that you have to be really specific about.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a Twilight
Wish
Zone
lawyer.
episode on.
I wish I had time to read.
Like a wishing well. Yes, that's not 3 wishes, but it depends how many coins you have.
Yeah.
If you have 3 coins, 3 wishes.
Yeah.
One day I went to a wishing well and I just stopped at the bank beforehand and just grabbed a whole roll.
Did it wish you well?
No. No, it didn't. None of my wishes came true. I wasted $50. I got $2 coins
I
out.
thought you'd be like, I
$2
used
coins.
5 cent
That's
coins.
That's some bougie wishes.
I wanted
Yeah.
one of them to come true.
Are you operating under the idea that the better coins you throw in the wishing well, the high quality wish you can make?
Well, that was the
Like,
dream.
You get the primo ones?
And like they were all the same wish.
Throw in a $50 note. You're like, I want a car.
I just assumed that you could kind of like just cheapskate the well if you had 5 cent coins.
No, I just wanted it to come back.
Her, Becky. You're
Becky's never coming back. Becky's long gone.
She
You
got
know who
that
should
good-
come back soon? The girl with the smoky eye.
Is that
That's the second of your 3 wishes.
Yeah.
a setup?
Go to
Yeah.
bed.
I'm definitely going to try and get her in there.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. Lindsay Lohan's
You
gonna
really
make
need
an
to fix your
appearance.
sequencing because you can get Lindsay Lohan then bed.
But the third wish is always like
Rupert Grint.
undo, right? The third wish has always been like,
Yeah, I
Rupert
just
Grint
wanna
shows
be
up
who
and he's
I
like,
really
Lindsay
am.
Lohan, I fucking hate her. And leaves.
Okay, Harley, you're doing your 3 wishes.
Yep.
Really? Is this like, 3 wishes is basically be careful what you wish for, or with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, it can
Moralistic
definitely.
tale, right? That's what it's for.
Yeah, it can definitely go in that direction. All right, my genre is 2010s to 1980s, aka Stranger Things. So what we're doing is nostalgia bait.
Sure.
So what is a time in history of the 80s, since this is specifically we do the 80s, where wishes would be a thing? Not being alive in the 80s, this really puts a hamper in my
Voodoo-y stuff, I reckon, was big in the 80s.
voodoo, yeah?
During the Satanic Panic.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, I've got a set up. And now I just need a movie.
What will Harley come up with for the lightning round?
Yeah.
Ultra quick through. Like, this will be like, each wish has to be like super,
Yeah.
like,
Snap, snap, patty, whack.
All right. There's a bunch of nerds in the basement in the mid-'80s. They're playing D&D, and they're going the full 20 levels. They've started. This has been going on for months. We can see the calendar coming off the wall. Time's passing.
yep.
All right. The wizard defeats the final big bad evil guy. He's the last one standing. And he opens up the treasure chest in the end, and it's a scroll. Actually, no, it's a D&D item. It's the Ring of 3 Wishes. It grants 3 wishes. And he puts the ring on, and he's like, aha, I have the power of 3 wishes. Should I wish for money? Should I wish for success? Or should I just wish for a long and fulfilling life? And he's like,
Wish that he's cool enough that he doesn't have to play D&D.
oh, fuck you, Alex. I'll fucking fight you, mate. And the player's like, boo, hiss. And he's like, fine, I'll save it for the next combat, jerks. Anyway, they pack up and go home. And the next morning, he's eating his little cereal in his robe. And there's a knock at the door. He's like, who can it be now? And he hums it to himself as he opens the door. And it's, hello there, I'm Fast Eddie from Fast Eddie's local radio competition. You've won $1,500,000. You've won $1.5 million. Inflation is not a thing yet, so it's $1.5 million. And like, oh my God, I don't even remember entering this contest. And Fast Eddie's like, well, here's the check. Your name's on it, kiddo. Good fucking luck. And he just pieces out. And I was like, well, I guess this happened. This is a good start to the day.
That's wish 1.
And thank you.
Stop ruining it.
Oh.
They don't know that he's actually making wishes yet because it was a D&D thing, is my guess.
Yeah. Like,
Sorry, I was just confirming for you. Like, this is not some unrelated thing.
well, I mean, I'll get there. Just let me get there,
All right,
Damien.
go.
Yeah, he'll be there in like an hour and a half.
And he
max.
was like,
All right.
well,
I'm getting comfortable.
he's like, well, I sent out all those college applications a month ago. Fuck those, I think. I'm going to start my own business. and he's like, I'm going to start a Computron business. And he starts Computron Incorporated, and they're doing those fancy new computer things. And he invents a new microchip, or like he makes a competitor DOS or whatever, and it just success overnight, boom. He's living next to the sign in San Francisco that says Silicon Valley will be here soon.
Yep.
And he's building the first thing, and he decides to spend his money philanthropically because, you know, he invented the chip or whatever. His company runs itself at this point. But he starts to go, like, even doing all this philanthropic thing, it's not fulfilling to him. Like, he's saving kids in Africa. He donated, like, a lot of money to We Are the World and whatever.
He just wants to be able to play D&D.
Wait, is he still a kid?
Teenager.
Yeah, right.
So he's like 17 or 18 now.
Yeah. So
Has it been like years or like a month?
A single... It's been 3.5 months.
Okay, cool.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
A single 3.5 months.
Yeah, it's that common unit of time.
And then he gets a phone call on his landline. He's like, hello.
105 days. You know that one.
Well, did you just math that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Wow. Got us beat.
Mike
Quick math.
Wazowski.
And he's like, hello. And then like, oh, yes, it's your friends from back in Littlestown. Do you want to, like, you missed our campaign. Are you coming back? And he's like, yes, actually, I'll write the next campaign. So he hurriedly writes it on the flight over. And then they all play together and they learn the value of friendship is just spending good time with each other. And then one of them is like, oh, my sister's home from college, and he has a meet cute with her. And then, you know, the calendar starts
here's a what,
flipping.
sorry?
A meet cute. A meet cute is the thing in romantic comedies where the two leads bump into each other. Like, you know, that thing where they bump into each other in the hallway and they drop their papers and they shuffle them up. I'm like, oh, you're so... Oh, I've never
Sorry,
met you
I
before.
misinterpreted that because I thought...
It was the brother and the sister?
No, I thought meat was like MEAT.
Oh, yeah.
I was like...
I think I said that in an early episode. I'm like, a meat cube?
Yeah.
Like, what?
A meat cube.
Like, cook it on... Play pool with a meat cube.
I think you'll find it's a gelatinous cube, not a meat cube.
Wow.
So, they have a meet cute, M-E-E-E-T.
Got it. Yep.
And then we see in the background the first page of the calendar start to fall, and then it starts speeding up, and we just montage the rest of their lives, how they marry, they start teaching their kids D&D, their business grows, but they don't really tend to it. They just start throwing money at people, you know, charity-wise. And then on his deathbed, his great-grandson is like, but great-grandpapa, what is the secret of your success? And he's like...
he's Japanese.
Don't place my accents, because they're not real accents. They're not good enough to be.
That's what rich people sound like, Damien. Learn
Yeah,
it.
you'd know if you were rich, Damien.
Oh.
And he's like, well, maybe I had a good idea. Maybe I played one special game of D&D and my wishes came true, or maybe I just worked hard for it. And the child's like, that's a really unfulfilling reason. I'm glad you're dying.
Whoa.
And he's like, okay, look, I know I'm dying, but that's not a cool thing to say to anyone. The real answer is to live a long, happy life, caring about the people you care about, and whom also care about you, and work hard on the things you love. And if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah. Work hard and you too will win the lottery.
Yeah.
When you are 17.
That you did not enter.
That's some hot wisdom.
Yeah. And then the guy dies after living a long, happy, fulfilling life. And this is like as the movie's wrapping up. And the kid is like, huh. I'm not really sure what the Aesop is. Then we have a one shot as we follow the kid back, and he starts sorting out through his great grandpapa's house.
That hurts my head that we had a one shot. I thought we'd pass this.
And he's packing up all his great grandpapa's stuff, and he finds the D&D kit. Like they have a box where they put all their manuals.
This is
and
Jumanji,
dice.
isn't it?
Yeah,
He
and then
gets sucked in.
Jumanji's. Except he doesn't get sucked in. He's like, this isn't. I've seen original D&D on the internet. This is not D&D, and it's like Deutsch and Deutschland or something like it's the acronym initialism is still D&D, but it's something else. And he's like, what? And he starts looking at the spells, and he's like, wish, what a stupid spell. I wish for X. And then, you know, he gets X, slammed the credits. And he, yeah.
So what were the 3 wishes? What was... So you got the money.
Money, success, live a long and happy life.
I feel like you just wish for a long and happy life. You don't really need money or success.
Oh, no, I know. But that's sort of the character setup moment. Is like, should I do the cliched money, the cliche success, or should I do the cliche correct thing? Live a long and happy life.
Everyone knows the correct wishes are for Jasmine to fall deeply in love with me and to become a genie yourself.
I thought it was the first wishes for 3 more wishes.
You can't wish for wishes. That's a rule.
Not in any genie I've ever talked to. That's why they don't talk to me anymore, though. So yeah, that's my little movie.
Nice.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah. A little bit light on the conflict, I think, but...
Yeah, maybe this is a movie without conflict. Maybe it's a fun, happy movie.
Yeah, fair enough. Why not?
Fuck you, Joseph Campbell.
I mean, he only had 55 minutes to talk. Like, it's hard for him to
can't-
incorporate everything
Can't
in.
fit in everything.
Yeah.
I thought summer was over. Why am I still roasty?
Okay. What's the 3 wishes? All right. I'm going next. My 3 wishes B horror. Think. What is this? Can you read this out, Barley?
Zombievers. It's a movie about zombie beavers.
Cute.
Okay, so it's B horror. So like schlocky horror.
Schlocky horror,
Schlocky
yeah.
horror 3 wishes. Okay, so so this is pretty by the numbers. So this is going to be...
Oh, come on, Damien. You're very capable. You can do it a little bit less by the numbers. You can do better.
There'll be some numbers. They'll be by the letters. So I'm going to follow in the grand tradition of horror movies, like schlock horror movies that take like fairly kind of innocent things.
Is this Sharknado?
Not quite like that.
No, that wasn't horror. That was...
That's a B movie, but it's not horror.
Yeah, okay, yep, got ya.
So taking kind of like fairly innocent things like leprechauns or children's dolls or clowns, whatever, and then turning them, kind of like spookifying them and turning them into like a horror thing. So
Like Chucky?
Yeah, like Chucky. So
is B horror is like B, like as in like bad quality, or just like...
like it's not like A as in A is good, like good quality, and B is
Yeah.
like
high production value, whereas
Oh,
this
it's
is like
just
thrown together and...
Yeah,
so a bit more like tacky horror.
cute, love that.
Yeah.
Doesn't give you nightmares for years, because you can see the strings.
So what's going to happen is we're going to have a setup where there's a young man, and he's working in a convenience store, and he's like kind of tired with life, and he's kind of disillusioned by his retail environment, and he has bad prospects. And then he gets invited by his like stoner friends to a party out in the woods.
Ooh,
and
the cabin?
No, not at a cabin. It's like a spot out in the woods where they go and like underage drink, and they've got some kegs, and there's a bonfire, and there's like everyone like drives their trucks out there because everyone drives trucks in American horror movies because that's whatever. And everyone's wearing their leather jackets, and the cheerleaders wearing their cheerleading outfits for some reason because it's like
Because people are going to know your social status by looking at you. It's a rule.
yeah.
If you can't identify, you click on view.
Yeah.
And he's one of the things causing him trouble is there's like earthworks going on right near his like the
store.
convenience store that he works at. They're like digging things up, and he goes out there and he's like just puts on his nice clothes and he's like, I hope I can impress that girl I like. And then he like kind of walks out of the convenience store after a shift, and he's gotten changed into his nice duds, and then he trips over and falls into the dig site, getting mud all over his business.
Aww.
And he's like, man, that's pretty unfortunate. That's like definitely not what I needed right now.
I imagine for some reason him falling in like a massive hole, like dying. I was like, oh!
He's killing this guy.
He accidentally falls into a bottomless pit.
Yeah, new character.
Yeah.
No, he survives, but he's like covered in mud, and he's like, oh god, and now there's like things everywhere, and there's like kind of he landed on like a strange kind of like object. He's like, what is this now? And it's like this kind of like very kind of weird angular thing, and he kind of like wipes it off, and then his friend's like, are you coming, dude? And he's like, yeah, man, yeah, I am, and just takes it with him because he can't figure out what it is, but it's like, well, this is interesting, we'll see. And he gets to the party, and he gets distracted, whatever, and he's like goes and like washes it off, and it's like this kind of like sinister looking lamp thing.
Ooh.
Right.
Someone's redoing Aladdin.
Yeah, what? I'm just getting in before you have a go at it.
See, I can't tell.
So we're doing a lamp, and it's pretty like bad looking.
It's just like a lampshade lamp, like light.
And he ends up like kind of giving it an accidental rub, like they do in these types of scenarios, and then there's some kind of like smoky energy and whatever, and this thing kind of appears to him, and he's like, it's kind of dressed like a normal person, but it's like very sinister looking, and it comes up to him and he's like, hey man, what do you want? Like what's going on with you? And he's like, oh man, what I really want is to get
fuck
with
this bitch.
Yeah, to fuck this bitch. I really want.
Wow, is he just really callous now?
No, because he's like, he doesn't know this guy's a
genie.
A genie. So
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I really want to be with this girl, but like
I really wish
whatever.
Veronica
And he's
would
like,
kiss me.
Sure thing. And she immediately turns towards him and is like very sexually aggressive and is like, I want to fuck you right here, oh god, and like starts tearing off her clothes, and he's like, no, not like this, I like to your mind. And she's like, too bad, stick your dick right in me. And like
She's a robot now.
yeah. So she's like kind of and she's got like a panicked look in her eye, like she's being kind of like puppeteered into it.
Yeah.
And
Jesus
it's like,
Christ, this is dark.
It's a horror.
dude, what? It's a B horror. It gets worse. Just like take a sit. So, and she's like kind of trying to go him right at the party.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, whoa, how much has she drank? Whoa, she's being very assertive right now.
Gross. For a lady? How dare she?
Yeah, but they're not like slut shaming her. They're just like, this seems very out of character. So
Yeah.
presumably she's drunk and like,
We've never even heard her voice before.
yeah, good on her for being not inhibited and seemingly forcing herself upon this like
Muddy boy.
yeah, this mud boy.
Yeah.
muck
We just
man.
thought he was a tree.
Yeah, mud lad. And the genie character's like, yeah, that's right. That's what you wanted, isn't it? And like taunting him. And he's like, oh god, no. And like kind of like runs out of there. And he's like, oh god. And like gets in his truck and runs off. And she's like, no, come back. And like is just like chasing him on foot. So he's now being like pursued by her, like kind of liquid metal Terminator style. And she's like running down the road and like, and she's running out into traffic, and eventually she gets like cleaned up by a car coming the other way. And he's like, "Oh my god, that was the worst ever! Like that was terrible." And then he gets back to his like shitty trailer park home and like gets in and closes the door, and he's like breathing hard. And then the guy's like waiting on his bed, and he's like, "Yeah, that was good. Yeah, she really liked you. Too bad you like not man enough to like have at her at that party and or whatever." Like he's taunting him and like whatever. And he's really pulling his strings, and he's like, you can't get away. And like he tries to run away some more and whatever. And he has to kind of like confront this guy. He's like, now what do you want? And then he's like, oh god, what a nightmare. And then it kind of cuts to black. And then he wakes up the next day and he's like, oh man, like what was even in my drinks? That I ascribed that to some kind of like strange hallucination. Like hopefully that won't have ramifications later. And then she's just not at school the next day. And wait, are they at school? What? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
they're at
Letterman and Jackie, they're high school.
Oh, yeah, of
they're
course they are.
seniors in
Yeah,
high school.
Yeah. Sorry, forgetting my continuity. So she's not at school the next day, and he's like, "Have you seen this girl that I like, Becky?" And they're like, "No. There was this wild party though. Like, it sounds like it got pretty raucous, but I haven't seen her. She must be hungover or something. Maybe she went home as well." And then he kind of, what do we need next? So we've done the sex thing. So and then he's like, oh god, I even like in all my rush to get to the party, I forgot that like I need to study for this test, and also my grades are real bad. And he's like, I wish I had more time to. No, not more time. I need to save that for the end. I wish school would just cancel today. Like I wish school wasn't on today. And then like,
I wish there was no school today.
Yeah, something along those lines. And then there's some kind of like natural disaster which involves
meteor
the school.
strikes the school.
Yeah, or like maybe,
Dinosaur noms it.
or maybe the sinkhole that he fell into is kind of also near the school, and it kind of like as they're digging it up, there's like a gas pipe thing, and it like kind of snakes towards the school and like swallows the school, and like there's like pipes and like tree roots that like get like pushed up from the ground, and they start impaling students and teachers like running, and they're getting like scolded from like the kitchen steam and like people are falling into the like chasm of the earth, and it's just like an utter disaster. And the genie is just kind of like there like on the lockers being like, looks like school's out. And
Yikes.
yeah. Oh well, no more tests for you. That's what you want. Yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. And there's people like running and screaming, and there's like his friends are like dying, and there's like roots like ensnaring them, and it's terrible. And it's like out of control, like digging machines get thrown everywhere, and it's like it's an atrocity. It's a real bad time. for most, and it's like,
but it's done really poorly because this is a B grade movie. So
yeah.
It cuts to cardboard cutouts like doing stuff. And
yeah, and like lockers like fall on people and stuff. So it's this full like
tomato
it's
sauce
like,
bottles get exploded.
Yeah. Heaps of like kind of bad gore, blood spilling everywhere.
I forgot this was a B movie. I had bought in so hard.
Yeah, it was.
I could
easily
picture
be
a lot of this a
horror
little too vividly.
And then he's like runs away, and then one of his friends is dead, and he's like kind of regroups, and he has to go to work, and then everyone's like, oh, what do I want to do at the end? Yeah. So I need a Twilight Zone style kind of like big finish.
I can't believe he's expected to go to work after like everyone he knows and loves is fucking murdered.
Yeah, I can't help you here, buddy. I had a whole different vision for where I thought you were going with this.
No, I've got it. I'm on track, right?
Yeah.
So then he's like kind of has figured out that this genie is making these two things happen. He's like, oh wait, yeah, now I clearly remember these events that transpired in my real life just yesterday. That wasn't a hallucination at all. And like, who are you, and what do you have to do with it? And then he notices the everywhere he goes, the lamp is like kind of hanging around near the guy. And he's like, this thing, I saw this at the school, and I also saw it at the party, and it's the thing I found in the hole. And then he's like, oh, maybe if I, and the guy's like, no, don't worry about the lamp. No, that doesn't mean anything. There's probably lots of these lying around. They're so common looking. And he's like, Genie, you're lying to me, you sneaky devil, you sly dog. You're some
saucy minx.
Yeah, and he's like kind of figures out, and then he's like, oh, isn't there some old town legend about some like a trickster spirit that like kind of grants people their heart's desire, but it goes terribly wrong, and he like looks it up in the old library, and he kind of does his research, and the genie's like kind of using his malevolent impulse to kind of like try and stifle him at every turn, and is like sending librarians to like kind of kick him out, and like things are like books are falling over, and they're shushing him, and like, you have to leave now. And is like kind of tripping him over when he goes to, and he's like, yes, just tell me what else you want, and like blah blah blah. And he's like, no, if I do that, it's gonna go terribly wrong again. And he's like, nah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Just like ask him more stuff, man. And he's real smack dealering it. And then he's like, oh, maybe if I go put this lamp back in the ground, that'll solve things. And he like kind of like goes there, and the genie is like kind of using all these like fairly limited power because the guy hasn't asked for anything yet to try and like stop him. And there's like more like kind of earth tremors and things opening up, and then the chick from his love interest actually survived the car wreck.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And she's kind of messed up, and there are like her bones are protruding out, and she's like a horror, and she's been like through the woods. And like she like has had some kind of run-in with a deer, and the antlers sticking out of her, and like there's like bits of car in her now, and like the wing mirror glass is like shattered into her face, so she's kind of got this like kind of reflecty like thing, and she's like, yes, love me, stick it in me, and
she's still going for it.
Yeah, she's still keen, she's still swiping right, and so she kind of pursues him. And the chasms open up and stuff. So the consequences of these first two things. And then eventually he kind of gets to that place where he found the lamp, and he's like kind of like casts it down. He's like, yes, take that, you genie jerk. And it falls down, and then he's like, free at last. And then like goes to leave, and the lamp is just back there, and the genie's like back there. And he's like, you idiot. Like, what would that achieve? Like, that's not how that works. I'm not the thing from The Grudge, I guess. And he's like, oh yeah, well I can beat you. Like, for my third wish, I wish you weren't even the genie of the lamp. Like, I wish you weren't even the spirit that invented this. Like, I undo you, genie. How do you like that? And he's like, ha ha ha. Like, okay, well, like, see you later, asshole. And like he kind of like just apparates and like just discorporates, and you get the sense that like he's just like free to kind of wander off. Yeah. And then the lamp is still kind of like emitting its power, and it's like thrumming or whatever. And then it like kind of releases its like hold on that spirit, and then it like the energy like flashes around and whatever, and then like lands on him, and it like starts like ripping off his clothes and like transforming his clothes and his look into like a genie. He's like, oh god, what? And he's like, yeah, dickhead, like I'm a slave of this lamp, like it's got to have someone. You wish me free, so like guess who gets it now? And the genie's like basically been like fucking up his wishes deliberately to try and like trick him into like ending the lamp's curse to let him go. And now like this guy is the genie, and he's like has to live in this eternal torment until he can like kind of bilk some sucker out of their wishes to like get him to wish him free. And he's like, no, this is the worst torment ever. Now I am the worst thing. And then he gets sucked into the lamp, and then the tremors end, and the lamp gets covered over, and like it's a kind of Jumanji ending of like, yeah, they'll find it again eventually. And then like the the poor broken lady is just like wandering off into the woods, just like forlorn, like.
Fucking hell.
The end.
Oh boy. Do you have any notes? Nope. I liked it. I thought it was really cool.
Oh, thank you.
I was really into that. I would 100% watch that.
Yeah, so that's
I love
that.
movies like that. That was cool.
Yeah, pretty schlocky.
It had enough it was like one of those things where there was enough thought out plot that like it didn't, like, I guess you probably, you're like, where there's going to be holes and everything exploding, all these buildings, and they're going to be like, when you like pitch it, like, well, we have $100.
Yeah.
But
so this will be like cardboard models getting like impaled by like barbecue skewers and stuff. Yeah.
But I'm living for it.
Harley?
That did not go where I thought it was going to go.
Oh.
Where do you think it was going to go?
I thought it was going to go like she did die in the thing. And then the next day he's like, oh no, I just want her back. And the genie's like, all right, okay, fuck you then. And she's a zombie now.
Well, I got her back as a zombie without using a wish.
And then, and then the last wish would have been like, I want to never see you again. Genie's like, okay. And then the genie just kills him. And he's like, well, now you never see me again.
That would have been pretty good as well. Yeah, never see you again.
I could visualize everything you were doing very vividly. It was terrifying.
Oh.
I live for it.
So you liked it?
No, it was horror.
Oh.
My mind has a higher production budget than a B movie.
Oh.
So it looked very in stunning color and detail. I saw a lot of that happen.
There you go. I actually like never watch horror films. I don't like them. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yay.
I like horror movies that aren't really scary. Any horror movies that are like, wow, this isn't actually good horror, super scary. I'm like, nah, I'll be watching Annabelle if you need me.
Is Annabelle the one with the buttons for eyes? No, that's Coraline.
Coraline. No, Annabelle's that like relatively new one that they've sort of been doing like heaps of scary movies in the same like universe.
No, I don't know.
Okay,
Because I
Netflix,
don't go to horror movies, so I never get ads for them and stuff.
No, okay,
It's
yeah.
not my genre.
I've heard of it. It's a real movie, but I haven't seen it. I'm not going to watch it.
They're not bad. Like they're like enough jumpiness and it's like got a pretty good storyline, but they're just not super gory and gross, and it's all based on like supernaturally things, which I like because I'm not scared. Like if it's just about some crazy murderer that like skins people and tortures them, I have awful nightmares and hate it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what can you do about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
I'm like, but supernatural doesn't really happen.
Exactly, like a werewolf. They don't exist.
Yeah, I don't
have to punch a werewolf. It's fine.
It doesn't give me like psychological trauma.
Yeah, but like people are the real monsters. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, but
Size extra large for this hat. Ooh la la. All right, there is only two.
Got a big brain.
What are these called?
Genres.
There's only two genres left, and one I can read because it's facing up, so I'm going to take the other one.
Yeah.
So there's only...
It's because those dumb pictures of rustled all our genres.
Oh my, what are we doing?
Dead.
We're doing 3 wishes.
3 wishes, and I have fantasy.
Oh, there's your fucking smoky-eyed lady.
It's bloody. It's bloody.
Yes,
See, this
Lohan's back,
is why I had to jump on the Aladdin thing, because I knew
Britney,
she'd
bitch.
lowball it in if I hadn't.
I don't need no Aladdin. Meh.
All right.
All right.
Lindsay Lohan in a fantasy setting gives 3 wishes.
Fire
Okay.
away.
Go ahead.
Fantasy is... Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
This is a little bit Harry Potter-esque
Uh-huh.
in the sense that it's like a fantasy school for magical people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
A real Durmstrang, if you will.
Yeah, but like not just like witches and wizards, like any magical creature. So it's like a real mix of stuff, like fairies and other magical
like
things.
a centaur.
Which is, it's just a full mix, and everyone's just equal. Like it's a very equality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equal.
And there's like lower, actually no, there's going to be like different levels of classes, and like, so like wizards obviously are like which is like the highest level, and they get to learn everything, and they get learnt the coolest stuff, and you sort of get learnt like what you're going to do in your life, like this is your levels, and like you have different classes.
You get learnt it.
Yeah. Shut up.
It's right, like it's super equal in terms of race, but there's class structures.
Yeah, so like this type of magical, like sort of blood stuff. I guess.
Oh, so like how good you are at magic, sorts.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I think it isn't equal. Like everyone's at this school, but there's a lot of like
It's the one school
the
that everyone
wizards and
goes
witches
to.
are like the best, and they learn the coolest stuff, and
Yeah.
like the lower level ones like learn to like that superhero movie where it's like the superheroes and the sidekicks. And
Yeah.
they learn,
Sky
like,
High.
Sky
yeah,
High.
like that. So like the fairies or whatever like learn
Yeah.
how to do like B level
Or, like
magic.
how to do the dishes with magic.
Yeah. Oh, but just more like less cool stuff. So like if they're fighting, like the witches are gonna win, the fairies never get to learn how to blow stuff up.
like the witches and wizards are doing evocation. They're doing
Yeah.
like minor charms.
Yeah, but like fairies are still teaching fairies, and like they have different things that the witches can't do, but the witches don't respect it because they're like the coolest and the biggest, and they can just
Yeah. Who needs
Small
prestidigitation? I've
Yeah.
got fireball, bitch.
and like the centaurs are sort of like doing their own thing, and it's not so much like hands.
There's a lot of D and
D
D like in speak going on in this
D&D,
episode.
no.
Don't
this is all
pretend
Harry
you don't know
Potter-esque
it,
in my
Damien.
head.
You have to know it to recognize it, to call it out.
I know
Prestidigitation.
I'm thinking more just Harry
AKA
Potter
least
stuff.
wish.
least wish.
Yeah, because
So-
there's like in range
It's,
of
no,
spell,
it's fine. It's
least
fine.
lesser,
It's fine. Just go,
major
Alex.
greater.
Go.
What's like a low level magical being that we could have our
A
protagonist
goblin?
be?
I was going to say goblin too.
Yeah, goblin, because they're sort of weird looking
Yeah.
too. All right, so,
Hobgoblin.
yeah, so we've got a goblin, so they're pretty low on the ranks. Like, I reckon fairies like just below wizards because they're pretty cool. Like, everyone loves a fairy, and then there's like all these things, and like the bottom's like goblin, and they learn like real basic shit.
They're basic
and our
bitches.
goblin is like so there's like hard done by. They always get made fun of, and it's like particularly picked on because maybe it's like already like bottom of the like it's doing pretty badly, and they're like, wow, for a goblin you're already doing like, why are you even here? Like you might as well just go home and like
Yeah,
you know,
goblin.
you can just
You
be
dirty
like
gobbo.
yeah, Gobbo gets really bogan. Oi, Gobbo, come over here. Chuck us a durry.
It's the only spell they get taught is light durry.
And he's like really struggling. He's all sad. And he's like wandering the castle because they're in a castle. This is Harry Potter, remember?
Yeah.
Harry Potter 6.6.
6.6.
And
You could just make this a Harry Potter
Yeah.
spin-off property if you want.
Why not? JK will make it canon soon.
not quite. Like, I feel like, yeah, like think of like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
But the structure's pretty different. Like, I want to use the castle concept, but it's like everyone's in there and it's like very.
Sure.
Yeah. And he finds a book.
Mm-hmm.
And he like writes in it like it's sort of like a diary, and he like is like in something, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna like change it. He's like, I want to be better at magic. He's like, I want to be the best magician in this school, or like I want to be the best at magic in this school. I want to be like
The very best, like no one ever was.
I want everyone to respect me, and I'd be like the most amazing person here.
Yeah.
And what's the third thing?
Does he want to be the most powerful sorcerer on Earth?
Oh, I feel like the school. That's why I went school level because like. Okay,
I want to pass my test.
First thing is I want to be the most powerful sorcerer there has ever been.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I want everyone here to respect me for my I want respect from everyone. I want to be respected.
And I want to grow a full mustache.
And he's like, oh, and I want one of the
Lady
fairies or
Gobbos.
something. No, like let's
To
go
fall
different.
desperately in love with
Yeah,
me.
to notice me. Or
I want to
something,
marry
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I want to marry one
Marry
of these
up.
He's obsessed with one of these fairy girls.
They fly.
Oh, yeah.
And not just social structure.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Bit
a
of
double
both.
layer joke,
Do
Damien.
goblins not fly?
No, not unless they cast fly on them.
Oh, I'm thinking of Green Goblin.
Remember the bit where Spider's I'll help you, old lady. And Green Goblin's like, joke's on you, Spider-Man. I was the old lady. Ha, kazow.
Is that
No.
referring to something we're meant to know?
That's from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movie, like the first one.
No.
But that's Green Goblin.
No.
No, it... I don't
Alex,
understand your
please
negation.
I'm using this time to think of what the fuck I'm saying.
Okay, well, you've got a setting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and he's got these things in his page. Shh.
Did the 3 wishes come? So the book is like, how to 3 wishes.
Yeah, no, he just like it's
Step
an empty
one,
book,
wish
and he's
one.
like, I'm starting from now. I'm changing my ways, and he's like, this is my book, and like he takes it, he puts it, in, he locks it in his drawer, and he goes to sleep, and he's like crying. It's all sad.
Oh.
And he wakes up in the morning, and like everything's different.
Yep.
Everyone like sort of like ushers away from him in the hallways, and like no one's talking shit to him, and he's like, oh wow, and he like gets into class, and the
Move out
teacher's
of the way.
like not
It's Goblin.
yeah. And like it's weird though because there's a goblin normally should be like talks you to,
Yeah.
and like all the goblins are being respected.
Oh.
Yeah, and he like gets into class, and they're like in one of the nicer classrooms, not the shitty like class. They're normally in the dungeons, and he's like, "Oh, this is so weird," and they're like sitting up, and they're getting like better food at the food thing. And he's like, "What's going on? This is so weird," and like everyone's acting normal, and they're like, you know, like everyone's like whispering and looking at him and all this stuff, and like the whole hierarchy's changed, and goblins are like on top now, and he is like suddenly really amazing at magic, and this is like this amazing thing, and like wizards at the bottom because he's like he didn't like them because they're like the bullies. And I don't know where I'm going with this. What are we going to do? So he's up the top and like everything's going for him. This girl's like in love with him and he's like, this is so weird. What's going on?
But then that doesn't really like, I mean, that doesn't make society better, right? It just means he's the powerful one and he's actually like shitting on the wizards.
Yeah.
So
So,
he
it's
might
just it's just mixed
So he might feel
up.
bad about that
Yeah.
eventually. Once he's having his fun, he's going to
Yeah.
be like, man, I'm just treating these guys as badly as they used to treat me.
Yeah, that's cute. So yeah, he's at that point, but I don't know. I feel like there should be some way where he realizes that like I don't know. I hate this. I tried to like do something different and not just copy a movie or something, but I don't know where I'm going.
Well, you've got it going good so far. I know you're doubting yourself, but
Yeah,
you
you're
can-
sweet, but you're wrong. I have nowhere to go with this.
How are you roasting me and it's your pitch? God, I was.
I feel like there should be like the goblin uprising. Like he's completely changed history.
Yeah.
There's like a goblin uprising, and it actually turns out that like other like so throughout history, normally it was like everyone was like not so equal, but there was never like slaves or anything. But now like wizards are enslaved and they do goblins bidding because goblins can't really do that magic they can. So now they're enslaved and they have like, and it's like all really fucked up. He's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this isn't what I wanted. I just wanted to be better at magic. I didn't
Oh
want.
my
like,
God, this
ruin-
alternate history is a nightmare.
Yeah, he's like, there's so many things.
There's actually an alternate history.
So much shit is happening right now. It's like all the tropes are coming together.
My castle is haunted, but I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah. And
Save
this
that for
chicken comes
Trope
past with an
Avengers.
egg.
Trope Avengers.
We'll do that one day.
Age of Troperon.
The final trope. Trope on Endgame.
End genre.
Infinity
I know.
tropes.
So he's like really sad with like what's happened, and he's like, "Oh my god, like what have I done? Like this is awful. People being treated really badly." There's one group of things that used to be really nice to goblins, and they're like not even allowed at the school anymore. They're not
Yeah.
even there, or like and they're like wizards are slaves. And then the
Oh,
headmaster.
If he had a friend that was one of the like the more privileged species
Yeah.
before he turned, and then that friend was now like kicked
slave.
out or slave or whatever,
Yeah.
that might kind of trigger him into thinking like, wait, hang on, have goblins gone too far?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
so
his
yeah,
cat
like the
folk
fairies
friend.
aren't even there anymore. They've been kicked out. They don't
Yeah.
get. I made
They've gotta
the
go to
wizards are
girls' school.
slaves, and that one wizard that was kind of weird but was always nice to him. Yeah, he's like a full slave now. And the headmaster contacts him and sends him like a letter thing, and he's like, "Come see me in my office." And so he goes in, and she is Lindsay Lohan. She has a smoky eye,
Oh, plot twist. Hello.
and she's
More of a
like, "Hi,
plot eventuality.
what's his name? What are we gonna name him? What's a goblin
Goblin
name?
name.
Goblin. We
Yeah.
need something like wretched and short.
Aardvark.
Lack.
Lack.
Lack's a good one.
Lack. All right. Hi, Lack. Like, she's like, I've noticed you've been you found my book, and he's like,
Oh.
the book. He's like, is that what happened? Like, because he hadn't really clicked it together. He just thinks
Because he's a
something.
goblin. He's an
Yeah.
idiot.
Okay. Burn on the goblins.
That's pretty racist, Harley. Come on now.
You're
We're trying
goblins.
to break down these
Racial
Stereotypes.
barriers.
these barriers. Come on.
What? It's a dump stat.
That's
Oh my.
it's into slavery for you, I'm afraid.
Aww. No, I'm an artificer. I'm cool. So what does smoky-eyed Lindsay Lohan say
Yeah.
about this guy who's got her book?
Yeah. She's like,
Good going, mate. Give it back. Let me fix everything.
yeah, kind of. She's like, oh, so you like, are you happy with the wishes you've created? She's like, are you happy with, like what you've written in
Yeah.
down? I don't know. She'll make it sound sense like what you wrote down like occurs. Like, are you like, is this happy? Is this what you wanted? Like, have you created? Sort of thing. Like, she's a bit Dumbledore-y that she's like, you know, very like leading, and she's like, oh, it's like, so this is what you wanted. You fixed it, and he's like,
Yeah.
no, like this isn't what I just wanted to be better. Like,
My
And
third
she-
wish is for Lindsay Lohan to stop guilt tripping me.
yeah, the Lindsay Lohan to just fuck me. 'Cause
No,
that's
you fool, haven't you
That's
learned
who
nothing?
she is loved. That's
you
who he
learned
wrote as
nothing
the
from
third
my
one.
from my pitch.
So this goblin was really hot for headmaster.
Yeah, it was like- and so she like cleans the table.
Okay.
No, not with Goblin.
And
Lindsay.
is this the movie just sticking with this timeline now? Like, this is how history is? Get used to it?
Imagine
Yeah,
pitching
tough
this to
titties.
Lindsay Lohan. Be like, and then you have sex with the goblin. That part will be mostly
then you
CG. Like,
You have a baby goblin.
we'll just have like a
Half-human.
green painted cabbage patch doll there and CG it in later. So good luck acting that.
Yeah.
Well, if his comeback vehicle's strong enough.
Ooh.
I mean, if we get Tarantino direct, he's known for revitalizing careers.
And then he realizes that so she guilt
Yeah.
trips him and he's like, no, my wishes are shit actually.
Yeah, it's like I wanted to be
I wish everyone was
how
equal.
back it was. Yeah, like he's like, I think I just, and he like learnt something. He's like, I think I just need to be able to work to my strengths and not try and be the top dog. I want to be able to, I should just work on being good at what I'm good at, and that'll make me top in my own
I
right.
shouldn't try and be a better you. I should try and be the best me.
Yeah.
And also when he got his chance to have like absolute power, it came out really badly. So he's obviously got a way to go to like learn how to use it responsibly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Nailed it. Yeah, so it goes back and then he starts like, instead of doing the woe is me act and like, wow, this is so hard, I'm on the bottom of the ladder, he just like works on being the best him.
Yeah.
And the girl that he was interested in starts being more interested in him. Maybe it is another goblin. I don't really care. He just needs a little smooch at the end of the movie. Smooch.
Yeah.
And
I,
like,
I think the fairy's a good touch.
yeah,
Get
like
some
a
interracial
fairy.
business.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, just shows that like, he was, like I think if we like go back to the start and change it all up, he was so busy trying to be as good as the wizards and good at the wizards at what they do. He learnt to just be good at who he is, and like he became, people like respected him more for trying to just be him.
Yeah, like you don't judge a fish by trying to fly.
And then he wasn't such a pathetic loser after that.
So he gained self-confidence.
Yeah, sure. I don't
but
know.
learnt to stay in his place.
I stopped caring after I started talking. I knew this was
Yeah,
trash.
know your place, Goblin.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's the dark underside of the ace up there is
I think-
stay in your lane.
Yeah, I guess it was more just like he, like, they weren't necessarily better or worse. I guess I think I started that wrong. But it was just like he wanted to be like them, but he couldn't be. And so he was terrible because he wasn't, like, I'm like, but you can do really cool potions and do magic this way. They can do magic this way. And he's
Yeah.
learnt, like, okay, I'm actually good in my own way doing it this way. And I can't necessarily lead a world because that's not how we work. Like, we do
You
this.
can't lead the world if you're not honest with yourself.
Yeah. And we, like, I don't want to lead the world. I want to be able to go do this cool other thing. And I can't do that if I'm busy doing what all the wizards are doing,
Yeah.
leading the world.
Mm-hmm.
And Lindsay Lohan sitting there smoking a pipe being like, yeah, nice boy. Stop fucking up my school. Bringing everyone's
So
head
she's
down.
Yeah.
in reality insanely powerful because she's unaffected by shifts in reality.
Yep. She's
Yeah.
a mad cunt. She was up in her office, so it didn't happen to her.
Although maybe it could be like a Dumbledore's mirror style thing, where it's like he makes these wishes and he kind of gets to live a day in the life, but it's like it doesn't actually affect
Oh,
the
the
real
pensive.
world. Yeah. And he's like, he kind of just goes through it, and then she's like, "Oh, this is actually just like you dream about what you wished for, or like it turns it into for a single day, and then the wishes fade."
Yeah. I don't know. This is,
I guess you'd have some kind of mechanic.
maybe he has to like cross it out in the book or something.
Oh, yeah.
So like the book comes back
He has
into it or
to-
something.
Gets the magical eraser.
Yeah.
So it's like a
Yeah.
book of history and he just has to rub out the last 3 days
yeah.
and just erase the goblin.
He needs to just be like,
Stuff.
maybe he puts in new ones. He's like, I want to be the, like, not the
And
most
everyone
powerful
at the
wizard.
school
He's like,
was equal and happy, but good at their
Yeah.
own thing.
Yeah. I think, yeah, the issue is he couldn't see that.
Oh,
not
you know
everyone
what would
else.
change everyone for the better?
Yeah.
If he undid the wishes and everyone woke up and they kind of like, for everyone else, it was just kind of like a bad dream. And the
yeah.
witches and wizards and stuff like, man, we had this crazy dream where we were like slaves, and that's given us a new sense of humility.
Yeah.
And all the other races are like, we dreamed we were like the better than we were, and that's given us hope for the future. So everyone's
And the
like, gonna be
trolls were like, we got kicked out. Like,
Yeah.
Fairy's like, we just weren't at school, we were at home.
yeah. We were picking grass in the
It's the
fields.
last time anyone said
kobolds were like, we were in some kind of concentration camp.
it's really fucked up. I have PTSD now from something
The
that didn't
centaurs
Yeah.
are being
happen.
ridden.
Yeah, we were in like a train car being sent somewhere.
I guess it's the last time you slip peyote into the pumpkin juice.
All right, well, I tried my best. Let's go home.
All right.
I'm sorry. See, I'm not afraid to apologize to the audience. I know when I've done shit.
This was a tale of synopsis, so listen to Damien as he does the outro.
Oh boy, howdy. I hope you liked our little tale about our pitch rustlers. And I hope your 3 wishes were for 3 fun pitches.
Your wish did not come true.
Your wish did not come true.
We're sorry.
Not a single time.
Yeah.
You should be careful what you wish for.
Maybe try again on a different episode. Yeehaw.
Okay. Yeah. There's still the rest of the outro to do, Damien. Fine.
If you like that stuff, then you'll love Alex Cabot's case notes.
Yep.
It's like this, but entirely unlike
Not
it because
like
it's
this at
because
all.
it's scripted and it actually follows some kind of logical through line. It's not just the ramblings of madmen making 3 wishes. And you can like, share, and subscribe. Also, there'll be some kind of straw poll in the cliff notes where you get to decide on whether or not Alex's or my pitch was the best. And
Ooh, burn. Even after I did that one.
Come on, you lowball that to me. Also, if you've got any comments or feedback, or if you'd like to suggest a trope that we could perform,
Tweet it at Damien.
Tweet it at our Surprise Synopses Twitter profile.
Which will also be linked in the show notes
Which will be linked in the show notes below. Yeah, nailed it.
Do you guys have any other plugs? Because I think that's it.
Bye.
Goodbye. Outro.
Exit true.
All right, it's time to exfil from this location. Hut, let's go. Okay, bye. Hut.